or so till the numbers build up. Hi folks, yeah, I'm back. I've just lost connection. I lost the signal for some reason. I don't know if it's maybe something to do with the overhead power lines or not, but the signal just went completely. Even my phone was saying there was no signal to make a call. Very bizarre. That's the first time that's happened on well, it's not the first time I've lost connection on a live stream, but it's the first time that's happened on public transport. Especially travelling between Stirling and here, because the signal's usually pretty good here. But apologies about that, I'm really sorry. Right, well we're now in Alba. That was the train that brought us here. Dry71 Prime says, what's the name of the station? It's Alloa, A-L-L-O-A. I don't even know what time the first train in the morning is here, to be honest. But, well. The only reason you're seeing a bin is because I've got a bottle to get rid of. There we go. Right. Yeah, as I was about to say, I'm considering maybe setting up a Facebook page where you guys can message me privately if you want to. I'm not sure if that's something I'll do or not. I'm still considering that as an option. You know, like maybe a subscribers page or something. Yeah, Aaron and I just went for a little busway. Says, hi Alba, where are we? Alba train station? We're at Alloa train station. Unfortunately I missed the last bus home from Stirling, so I had to get the train here, and the next bus is not till 23:03, so I've got about 20 minutes yet. I thought about jumping in a taxi, but I'm trying to save some pennies at the moment, because I'm saving up for a few adventures for YouTube. Actually, I'm going to show you this little ticket office in here. Look at this, what a bloody mess. What a mess. Empty sandwich wrappers, tissue packets. Take the rubbish with them. Sorry, but it annoys me when I see that. It's actually quite warm in there. So, anyway, Aaron and I went out to Penzance, of course we did last week. We met up in Dundee today and then did the M77 full route to Galway and back. Then after that we came back into town, took a local bus up to the Kingsway and he wanted to do. He had to get I think it was a battery for his watch or something. So anyway, we came back into town and then went to the Barotti Ferry for some train spotting, which was good. Got a couple of honks, so I'll be uploading those in the next day or two. Busboy says, wait, is that a 385 Alba? Is this 385 approved. Well, it departs in 8 minutes, so I tell you what, why don't we just wait and we'll see it off, because my bus isn't until 23:03, as I said, and it's only a short walk, just virtually just over there, the other side of the road, and into the town. So we might as well just wait. And Dry71 Prime says, how's that station even spelt? It's ALLOA. A for Apple, L for Lima, L for Lima again, O for Orange, A for Alpha, A for Adam. He said, better not be a street junk. I'm hoping it's not a street junk either, to be honest. That's actually a good name for it. It's a family-friendly name. I call them other names, but hopefully the signal won't go down again. I think that's a phone mast over there. We've got quite a few phone masts in Alba Town Centre. What signal am I getting? Maximum 5G, so it should be okay. Yeah, so after we went to Broughty Ferry, we went back to Aaron's work and had our dinner. It was good. It was really good. Really enjoyed today. But just a kind of chilled out one. We're meeting up again on Monday of next week, and I think we're going to be doing a few Moffat Williamson local routes. Oh, that's a motion in the... Sorry. That's a motion in the train windscreen. I wonder what that noise was. Busboy says the next stop is, where does the train even call it? Off the top of my head, well actually I could read them to you off that in just a moment. And Dry71 Prime says, oh, Alloa, yeah, that's right, that's it, yep. Calling at Stirling, Larbert, Croy, Lenzie, Bishopbriggs and Glasgow Queen Street. Only know that because that sign there was telling me. I know it stops at Croy because I had to get the train to Croy one day when I was going to Cumbernauld to my work, and let's just say I slept in, and I had to come into town to sort something out, so I thought I might as well just get the train through. And when I got to Croy, I just got the local bus up to Cumbernauld. Only just made the start of my show on Cumbernauld FM, because that's what I do part-time. I'm a part-time radio presenter. Busboy says, Alba, don't kill me for this, but I rode your train to Lenzie. It was 2 years ago. Alright, nothing wrong with that. I don't see any harm in that. We'll wait and see the train off, which will be in about 3.5 minutes. And then I'll take a little walk over and catch the bus. I might even just keep the stream going when I'm on the bus, to be honest, till I reach Tillicootree. I'll end it when we get there. And then when I get in the house, I'll make sure my power bank's on charge for tomorrow, because I'm going to need that. I'll have to top up the charge on my phone. I can do that before I go to bed, and then my power bank can charge away during the night. We don't really see anything else other than 385s here in Alloa.
The next train at platform 1 is the 2248 ScotRail service to Glasgow Queen Street, calling at Stirling, Larbert, Croy, Lenzie, Bishopbriggs and Glasgow Queen Street. This train is formed of 3 carriages.
Well, the train's there so you can actually see it. Apologies if you see blue lights in the background there, that's a police car gone past. Forgot what I was going to say now. Yeah, Dry71 Prime says on Google Maps, it says it's busier than usual, that station. BS. It is BS, if I'm being honest. It is dead. Absolutely dead. The train probably had about, I think we're probably lucky if we had about maybe 5 or 6 people on board. And that wasn't including the train staff, obviously. But it was BS, you're right. Busboy says that was the train I saw passing my school. Nice. 3 carriages. Lenzie is the worst station because of all the fast H&Ts and normal trains. See, I don't mind that, because I like the fast trains, which is why Broughty Ferry is my favourite train station in Scotland. Well, when I say my favourite, it's one of my favourites. I think my ultimate favourite would be Wallyford, just outside Edinburgh. In fact, Aaron and I are having a collaboration there on the 5th of July, and a few of our other friends might be getting involved. I'm just waiting to hear back from them to see if they're going to do that. There's a possibility that one of them might be setting up his own YouTube channel. So if that happens, I'll be supporting him with that. I don't know if that will be happening or not, but maybe, we'll see. Busway says, it's rare for it to do the Edinburgh to Glasgow run. And that friend is me. Nah, I'm just joking. No, it's not actually, it's my mate Dave. He's kind of getting into trains at the moment. Myself and Aaron took him for some train spotting up in Broughty. Was it Broughty Ferry or no? Carnoustie it was, a few weeks ago. But some of the things that Dave said were not really family friendly, because he was talking about pooing his boxers when the train went past. But that's just part of his character, you know. But some of the things he said were definitely not family friendly. The channel would probably have got taken down if I'd allowed that video to go upload. It was funny, don't get me wrong. Right, well, Mr. Sparky train's off. Busboy says he pooed himself. And no, he didn't actually physically do it. He literally said he was going to do it, you know, because it was just the thrill, the excitement, because he's never been train spotting before, and I think he just enjoyed it that much. He didn't actually physically do it, but I didn't think he would have been into train spotting, to be honest, but I could be wrong. I know he's not into buses that much, although he does use public transport to get around. He doesn't really film buses. Not like me or Aaron. I mean, Aaron and I were talking about that just the other day on the phone. He's got about 4,600 videos on his channel. 4,700, I think. Whereas this one's close to 15,000. I've always believed it's not about the number of videos that you've got on your channel. It's about the fact that you enjoy what you do, and the fact that the quality of the videos. I know the quality of my videos is pretty crap, if I'm being honest, but I enjoy making them, and you guys enjoy watching them, so that's why I keep doing it. Right, anyway, let's see what... Dry71 Prime says, that machine in front of you, please present card. What's that all about? Is it to make a purchase to buy a ticket or something? I don't actually know, to be honest. I just noticed it. I think it is. I think that's I think at one time there was a ticket barrier in place there, but they took it away. After a certain time at night, technically, you can get on the train in Stirling, because they keep the barriers open from about 10:30 onwards, so you can get on the train without technically paying. I shouldn't be telling you that, and I will hold my hand up and admit I've done it a couple of times myself. I've gone to pay for a ticket, and then I've saw there's no one on the barrier, and I'm like, ooh, sneaky, I could just sneak through here, save a few quid. But yeah, it's a bit sneaky doing that. I'm just taking my time. What time is it? 10 to 11. Right, okay. Well, I need to pick up the pace a little bit, because the town centre where I get bus from, it's a couple of minutes walk from here, and I'm not the fittest of people. Anyway, going back to the comments. Busboy says here, TT. Busboy says, I met a bus spotter today. He was on the stream you and Shorty Porty did in Kenro. Ah, okay. I've got a feeling I think I subscribed to him. I can't remember his name though. I've subscribed to quite a few different YouTube channels, and I cannot remember everyone's name, unfortunately. He says, you may know him as the official Falkirk bus team. Yes, that's right. I do remember that. I remember that name now. Because I'm thinking about possibly getting my other YouTube channel, Gamerduder, back up and running. That's the one where I play online games. I just haven't done anything on that one for months. Just haven't been bothered about it, you know, because this is my main one. But I do actually miss playing online games against people, and I'm thinking about going back on it. Last boy says, I got a suggestion. Play Baldi's Basics Plus. Never heard of it. Baldi's Basic Plus. Okay, that sounds like fun. So people can know how you become bald. Ah, right. I know there's an app that you can download on your phone called Make Me Bald. I'm not bald personally myself, and I don't think I would suit being bald. But it's actually quite good fun, to be honest. I think I deleted the app though, because it was taking up space on my phone and I wasn't really using it. I do still have the voice changer app, and I've played a few tricks on a few of my mates. You know, like if they've sent me recordings of themselves and I've increased the speed of their voice. But yeah, Dry71 Prime says it's quite easy to get on a train for free. Like, I never just pay at the ticket office because then I have a chance not to pay. If they inspect on the train, if they are, I just pay. But I try not to. I think you're a little bit like me sometimes, mate, to be honest. I've done that a few times. My attitude is, if the ticket barrier is open, I'll go through. If it's not, then I'll pay. But if I get on the train and the card doesn't come through, free ride home. That's the way I see it. So, yep, the town centre's just down here. Just about there. Some of the street lamps here aren't working. Yeah, the town centre's pretty dead at this time of night. Mind you, at nearly 11 o'clock. I'm not surprised. Busboy says, Alba, did you see SN65 CVM doing the F16? No, I didn't. I did hear, in fact, I did see something rare today up in Dundee, the 78A. Normally that would be the ex-Mackey's Coaches Volvo B8 S-Dry 16 ZZV. But I think it got swapped, because I saw it earlier on the 78 route, 78A as well, and it got swapped for a Volvo Panther, one of the ex-Stagecoach Highland SV61 coaches. I didn't see exactly which one, but it's not every day you see that in public service. A pleasant sight though. And also, I saw something online which happened yesterday, which was mega rare. Down in Ayr, I think it was. I'm hearing rumours that the strikes might be over by Friday. So hopefully we can do a little bit more down there at some point. I'm having to speak up a little bit because one of the local takeaways has got dance music banging out the place. And busboy says 8937 was doing it but broke down. And he says, oh, we're getting the 778AB and 118. Yes, I'm going to be doing the 78 route. Aaron and I were talking about doing that on Monday, maybe the 88 around Broughty Ferry as well. And we're looking at doing another route, I think it was the 202, just a few routes in and around Dundee. Nothing too major. So, the news that I was going to tell you, which was mega rare, 18334, Dennis Trident on the X77. It did one run from Ayr to Glasgow and back. I wish I'd been in Glasgow to see that, because that would have been a very, very good picture. And you see that bus down there, 52, is one I could get, but it's just done a run around the Hillfoots. Chances are that's the one I missed. Street junk, or as I call it, pardon my French, street shite. But busboy says sadly 8938 is replacement to 8943 due to a depot return. 8943, is that one of the... Is that one of the Expo Dundee ones? 8943, I think it is. Want to see 0452? Okay. Tell you what, I'll move seat, I'll sit down here. And I'll let you see it pulling away. There she is, SN64 CPK. It should be pulling away in a minute, so I'll let you see the back as well. I can't really let you see too much of the branding at the moment because it's too dark, you know. Even under a street lamp, it doesn't really show it very well. But as soon as the bus pulls away, which should be any second now, then I'll let you see it, I promise. Busboy says, Alba, the bus looked, but can we see the branding? She's just been repainted. Yeah, I noticed that. Because we're back to the normal streetlights on this run, and he says, didn't you see it in its West Lothian? I did. I saw it quite a few times, and then I noticed it had been repainted. Totally forgot to mention it on the channel. I see my girls are doing 490 for a day return between Alba and Stirling. That's actually not a bad deal. That's not bad at all. But once we see it pulling away, then I'll let you see it. Busboy says, Alba, yeah, yo, what's up, buddy? It's making connections. Okay. Well, my one that I'm waiting on should be here in the next few minutes, actually, to be honest. So what I shall do is I shall take my wallet, wherever it is, here it is, and I shall get ready to get on. The driver's kind of looking at me suspiciously. Oh well, I could be on a video call for all he knows. Well, I suppose I am technically on a video call. A video call that means live streaming on YouTube. He says 8947 is on your 52. That could be the one heading into Stirling, but the last 52 from Alloa to Tillicoultry has gone. That's how she looks now. So if it did have any branding on it, I think it's been removed. I lose count of what vehicle has what, to be honest. Now, I am confident, well, hopeful, but also quite confident that the bus we're going to get is a right Eclipse Urban. And busboy says 8947 is on your 52. He says, hi driver, where is Jill? Jill, she had Jill. I don't know. Must have been removed, if I'm being honest. So, the H2 service, which is what I'm waiting on, should be here any minute now. See, that was the takeaway place over there where the loud music was coming from, but I think they've turned it off, which is good. Yeah, H2 in 1 minute. Someone's put up something saying Union Bears. Well, we're not going to talk about football. That's some things we don't do on this channel. Football, religion and politics. I like football myself, but I don't really talk about religion or that. This is my transport. That's 2237. So let's get on. Okay. Just update to location, please. Look down here. Oh, sorry. Right. Well, unfortunately, I do have to ride it because it's my only transport back home, and I certainly wasn't going to fork out for a taxi, because the taxi's about £10 from here, and I'm trying to save the pennies for future adventures on the channel. Incidentally, I don't know if you've seen one over on Aaron's channel, but he's got a friend called Stephen the Seagull, and he told me it was one of our fellow subscribers who came up with the name for it. I can't remember who said it was, but it happened down in Penzance near Sennin Cove, and he pointed the camera towards the seagull and said, "What do you want? What do you want? I've nothing for you." And then he went, and then the seagull let off a little response to him. It made me smile. The bus boy says, "I rode that bus on the 2 and 2A. Oh, right, okay. I might actually need to use one of these buses tomorrow night when I'm coming back from Fort William, because I'm doing Fort William to Edinburgh tomorrow, and the plan is I'm booking myself on the 4:10 coach, which arrives into Edinburgh at 5 to 8, and then I'm going to get it back at 8:25 to Grangemouth, get the number 3 up to Falkirk, then the 38 to Larbert, and I'll connect with this service. What a hassle, but it's worth it for the channel. Bus boy says, "No, Alba, don't." Damn it, Alba. Sorry, I'm sorry. Let's see if it still has Kenny. That's all. That's the only bits of it I can see at the moment. I don't think it does. I'll show you when we get off. I'll be happy to let you see if it's got any advertising on it when it pulls away. I'll be on this for about 10 minutes, something. Busway says no, full rear. Now. Okay. You want a full swoop round? It doesn't appear to have. Oh, spotted something there on the back of the driver's cab. That looks like the Gillian woman that you were talking about. Well, if it's got the advertising on the back of it, I'll let you see that when we get off. I don't really know too much about the advertising side of the business. That's not one of my strong points, unfortunately. Someone has got hot food on board this bus. I can smell it. Busway says tell the driver to enjoy the H3 run and tell him it was me that told you to say it. I'll try and remember that. try and remember that, but he seems like one of the grumpier ones, so I might have to leave it. We'll see. Yeah, I think I will have to wait till I get off, to be honest, mate. If I'm being completely honest, all this tonight was unplanned. But this goes to show that I do enjoy doing random live streams, especially if the chats are, you know, quite conversational, like what it is tonight. I won't be continuing the stream for too long, because once I get off the bus, I'll let you see it pulling away, and we'll probably end it then. Because by the time I get home, I'll probably just watch a bit of TV for an hour and then go to bed, because I need to be up pretty early tomorrow. He says, has the H3 ever passed your house? No, it doesn't actually, because it runs from Larbert to Dollar. It doesn't come into... I'll admit I do stay in Tillicutri, but there's no H3 that goes through Tillicutri. I'm trying to work out what way it goes. It comes into Kincardine and then goes up past the police college and then up towards Pow Mill and then comes in the back road into Dollar, and then it does that on the way back after this last run. I wouldn't be surprised if some drivers just do it not in service. Aaron says, what's good in the hood? All good, pal. Stuart says hi, hope you're doing okay. Busboy says Alba Shorty's here. Yeah, I know. I know he is, mate. I saw the message. Actually, two things. I'm going to put this bag down on the seat beside me. There we go. It's easier on my arms that way. And Aaron says Shrek got some interesting videos. Or interesting revs, should I say. Yeah, he calls me Shrek, I call him Shorty. Although he says to me that if he was in the Shrek movie, he'd be more like Donkey, the donkey character. Or the one that says, I'm a fly donkey. Arden's saying, do I remember the second LNER Class 800? Yes, I remember that one, mate. And say something wrong with that one. He says, well, after refreshing real-time trains, that 9 carriage became an 18 carriage. There's not many train stations in Scotland that would fit into, apart from the major ones like, say, Glasgow and Edinburgh. Stirling, I don't even think that would fit in Stirling, to be honest. An 18 carriage. Crikey. You'd expect that at rush hour going into a big city like London. Not somewhere like up here. That's a lot. It's a shame there's no YouTube videos to actually show that, mate, to be honest. I would like to have seen that. That's definitely something I would have looked for. Trossachs Explorer's coming back according to Stuart. He says, but it's run by McCall's. I thought McCall's went out. There was one operator in the Glasgow area that went out of business. It was someone community transport or something like that. I can't remember where it was. That was gone. Because I know McGill's took over a few of their routes. Now, when it comes to Midland, I'm not a fan of McGill's. I'm not, unfortunately. If we could get a stagecoach in this area, it would make me happier because, unfortunately, McGill's are not the best at keeping or reliability, and that's just my opinion. Well, we're just here in the little village of Colsnot, and I'll be getting off in a few minutes. And I'll let you see the bus pulling away, and then I'll probably say goodnight. I might do a little live up in Fort William tomorrow. See how things go. Need to see how the signal is up there actually, because it's not the best in bits. So we'll see how that goes. No Stirling to Calendar. No, I've actually done the 59 route for the channel. I did that quite a while ago actually. Before I started doing lives, I think, if I remember rightly. Yes, I think they should get the Trossachs Explorer back the way it was before. Because Aaron told me that he would like to take a family member on that. And to be honest, I think a member of my family would enjoy that as well. I really do. Stuart says busboy keeps sending like 10 messages, Alba keeps missing mine. I'm sorry. I'm genuinely sorry. I'm trying to keep up with all the messages, to be honest. Especially watching from a stop. Multitasking's not something that I'm very good at, if I'm being honest. Adam says it feels weird being in a live, well, watching a live, not being in them. To be honest, I do watch some other YouTubers doing live stuff on YouTube. You know, I'll have a flick through it if I'm bored in the house one night or something like that, but I don't really interact with them that much. Yeah, Ken Roll was really good. I can vouch for that one. Both myself and Aaron really loved it. Especially when I think Aaron's going to absolutely mince me for saying this, especially when on the coach coming back, his phone was in front of him and the coach braked sharply and his phone went flying and hit him right in the plums. That looked so painful, but it was so funny at the same time. But at the same time, a couple of years ago, about a year ago I think it was, me and Aaron were doing stuff up in Calendar, and a bollard there met with my plums, let's just say. It was really, really sore. My eyes have never watered so much. But it provided a lot of amusement for him. I think that was payback, personally. Stuart says Drummond to Calendar is a pointless run. Extending it to Balloch would make more sense. It would make it a bit longer, but it would certainly make it nice. That's something I would definitely do for the channel. Well, we're just getting off now. That's great, thanks. I think this does an H3 when it goes to dollar, back to Alba. Alright, okay, enjoy. Oh. Well, there we have it, 2237. I'll let you see it pulling away in just a moment. Right, what messages have we got here? Aaron says, Saha, it was very funny, but the phone had other plans, only took my eyes off it for a second. I suppose it's just what the content had in for the route. Yeah, well, I mean, that's what happens, you know. I mean, I've had a bollard, as I said, I've had a bollard up in Calendar, hit me right square in the plums, which were really, really sore. But it was so funny when it happened to poor Shorty. I'm sorry, buddy, I really am. Stuart says to Aaron, but since they are planning to ruin it later, I think they should at least make it linked to somewhere bigger. Busler says, Shorty, did you see 0452 in our new colours? Stuart says, the timetable seems to link with the Balmaha to Alexandra bus, though. Aaron says, I agree 100%, Stuart, pointless operating it. And Aaron says, 0452 in the Midland Bluebird livery. Aye, seen it. Well, it's due to put, I'm not sure exactly what time the service is meant to pull away at, but it must be about now. I promise I'll let you see it pulling away, and once it's done I'll say good night. I think. Well, it's pulling away now because I really do not have much data left. I think that's the advert on the back of it there that Busboy was talking about. Stuart says ruin it later. I said run it all year. Sorry. And Aaron says, Shrek, did you tell the viewers about preparing for the Land's End to John O'Groats thing? No, I didn't actually. And Busboy says it still does. Right, okay. We'll take a few minutes and I'll tell you about that. After dinner today, Paul, Aaron and I were at his work. We're discussing our next major collaboration. In 2 years' time, we're looking at doing Land's End to John O'Groats. And I'm not joking. We've got some of it planned out so far. We've got probably the first couple of days looked out in terms of what bus routes we need to get. We're doing it in little phases. We're doing it in phases where we need to find out what bus routes we need to get and have a backup plan. We'll also need another phase where we need to find out the times of the buses, and the final phase will be booking accommodation and finding out the cost, because this is going to cost something. This is going to cost quite a bit. I wouldn't be at all surprised if it was going to cost about maybe £400 or £500 just in accommodation and transport alone. Yeah, well, we'll see how much that's going to cost. I actually came up with another idea, but I'll tell you about that in just a moment. There's a few more messages just popped up. Hang on, I'll catch up with them. Busboy says, make sure to see my Uncle Thomas. Okay. And Aaron says Penzance is on the cards for next year, but this is for 2027. That's right, yeah, because that's when I turn 40 and Aaron turns 25. So we thought it would make sense, you know, for that to happen. And Stuart says, for the locals, it would make more sense for the winter bus to go via the A81 Main Road, Callander, Portobelteeth, Aberfoyle and Drimmen, not the Duke's Pass via Lochcatron. I know the road you're talking about, mate. I know that area well. And Aaron says, transport will be fine, will be fine past the border. Busboy says, old man bros 37. I'm actually 38 at the moment, to be honest, but I feel like a real pensioner. I'm a real granddad. And Aaron says, woohoo. You seen some walking sticks you liked earlier? All get. Yeah, we were going to buy them for our other mate Dave, because Dave's 46, 45 actually. But yeah, Dave's a bit of a character, let's just say. Stuart says the Duke's Pass is completely pointless during the winter. It adds like half an hour extra to the technically tiny trip between Callander and Aberfoyle. I remember there used to be a bus that ran between Callander and Aberfoyle quite a few years ago. It was long before the Trossachs Explorer was even thought of. I haven't a clue what operator ran it or what number it was, but I do remember there was a bus. Because a friend of a family member, well, a friend of the family actually, used to work up in Aberfoyle, and she used to use it quite a lot. And Stuart says the wee minibus of Trossachs Trundlet, that could be the one actually. And Busboy says Flixbus, more like Rat Bus. I would agree with you on that one. And Aaron says they're down that end. Aaron then says, aye, Flixbus blocked my email because I asked for a £6 refund. And it is Shorty is at the 909. That via Bo'ness. No, the 909 is not operated by Flixbus, that's operated by Stagecoach and CityLink, thankfully. But it still goes via Bo'ness and it takes forever. It really does. Stuart says it went in a loop, Callander, Portobelteeth, Aberfoyle, Duke's Pass and Callander. That might very well be true. It may well be very, very true. I'm going to keep this live going actually for a few more minutes, guys, because I can hear what sounds like some rather dodgy sounding characters. You may recall a stream that I did probably about a month ago, and let's just say I got called some rather unpleasant names, and I think they're hanging around somewhere. Somewhere not too far from here, so I'm going to get out of here. Busboy says, Alba, the 909 is CityLink, not Stagecoach. Well, Stagecoach vehicles operate it though, sometimes. And Aaron says, aye, they could get through the road easier. And Stuart says, apparently McCalls are planning to not go to Lochcatron during the winter, but still do the Duke's Road Pass. That makes no sense. Maybe they could still do it, you know, but just monitorise the weather, because I know the weather can get quite bad around this area in the winter time. It can get bad anywhere, I suppose, in the winter time, really, to be honest. Aaron says Midland Bluebird makes little sense from what I hear. Well, going with our reliability, I would agree with that. And Stuart says I'd like to see their plan when the road is shut, like every second day during the winter for snow. And Aaron says Explorer and D are alright at best. They're fine, they're a lot better than Midland Bluebird, that's for sure, even though they're owned by the same people. And he also goes on to say, they'll have a plan, but a bad plan. Midland Bluebird will have a bad plan, I mean. Well folks, I'm going to say goodnight for now, because I'm just about home. So I shall try and do a little live tomorrow. So talk to you tomorrow.